A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Our first carry here for Joe Mixon.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
Stroud.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Stroud keeps it.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Stroud keeps it.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Stroud keeps it.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Hall again.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
61 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
14, Texans 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here.
It's caught inside the 25. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
A gain of 41 yards on the play. Texans first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. Towards the sideline, Collins with a catch.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
And Stroud now to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now third and goal.
Mixon diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand-new ball game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On 2nd and 9.
Stroud.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. 3rd down and 13.
Mixon will try the right side. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Stroud now on fourth down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
21 yards. That's good for the Texans. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Stroud. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers.
He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And again, it's Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And running with power here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Jets have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Texans 17. Greg Zerline will kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Finding Schultz.
I like what they did there. Still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Stroud. He gets this complete to Diggs.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Stroud to throw it. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Stroud.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Here's Stroud.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Driving the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now it's Mixon running right. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Here now, 2nd and goal. To throw with Stroud.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
How about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Rodgers to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Now it's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. To the air again, Burrow. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
T. Higgins,
61 yards.
And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Breaks through the contact. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Eagles nothing.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. They go play action with Hurts.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Burrow looking to pass.
Looking deep here for Chase. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. And he's taken down inside the 30. Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Burrow will throw. To the right side and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This one complete down the field to Goddard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle with Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd down and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Hurts.
Out to his left.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Now Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half for Burrow and company.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Throwing is Hurts. That went out wide and intercepted. Racing to the end zone.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, now how about this return?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Now it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here.
Running right, here's Brown. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now it's Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here's first down.
Back to throw. He's got Smith here.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And some room to work. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go with Burrow. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go here in Atlanta. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
First and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Nice game here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. They'll go again with Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a first down. Pitts is the man in motion. Cousins now to throw on first down. To the right, that's Pitts. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Vikings 47-yard line.
Pitts is the man in motion. Now a second down throw for Cousins. This one complete to Washington. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. He'll get about 2. Josh Metellus, they're on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
And that one is no good. He missed the extra point. So much for 7 to start. It is a 6-0 game. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing to open it up is Darnold. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up second down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That one underthrown and intercepted. That's the safety, Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
One quarter in the books. 6-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Robinson. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Play action now. It's Cousins. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. So, not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Mooney in motion. On first down, it's Robinson. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Second down, Cousins. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Van Ginkel.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. Again, working deep downfield. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by DeMarco Hellams.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
On 1st down, Cousins. This is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll let this go. Deep for Jefferson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. The penalty gets them back where they started, and it is 3rd down and 10. Darnold. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Clark Phillips.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Open man downfield, that's London. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Again, it's Jones. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They run it once more with Jones. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Second and 7. Now, Darnold.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Third and 5. A give to Jones, heading right. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Darnold. Going up top. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown Vikings.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. And here's Bijan. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of action.
Falcons 6.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Now, Cousins. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. And it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on fourth and long. Man in motion here is Washington. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. He's going to try it here again. And that is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Cousins gonna throw. That's taken in. He's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
That's another Falcons. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Cousins. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Van Ginkel.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Darnold now on 1st and 10. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Second and 11. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be about a yard short of the first, getting it up to the 36. They try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's going to have a Vikings 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Jones. And how about that back bulldozing his way forward? A gain of 9 yards. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. Inside the 20. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 47 yards. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Jones. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout as they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Here now, second down and goal. Again, it'll be Jones. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.